Okay, how's everybody doing? So, welcome to River Road, or Boomer Diorama, but River Road is the name of this short line layout that I'm building, which is made up of 3 sections. It's about 30 feet long, which you see here is about 11 feet, with the ferry, like to the end of the ferry. So for those of you that don't know, just quickly, this is the Carrier Princess, which was originally built in 1973, which began as a Canadian Pacific rail carrier, and then it was bought up by Coastal Intermodal, C-SPAN, and then of course it merged into C-SPAN, which was bought by Washington Corp, who owns this railroad, SRY Rail Link, which in its original form stemmed out of the BC Electric, then BC Hydro, Southern British Columbia Railway, and is now a functioning short line with mostly all EMD locomotives from the 70s. So it's a really cool subject to model, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. And my plan for this layout is to model just a few signature scenes from it that I'm familiar with. I'm not super familiar with the Carrier Princess, but I've done a lot of research on it. And what I want to show you in this episode is how I built these brass railings. It's just one of the many aspects of scratch building that I think is important to know if you decide to do railings. You can build them out of plastic, which I did here. These are scratch built plastic railings. These are scratch built, but these are brass, and so are the ones down below. And I did them that way for a good reason, which I'll talk about for a few minutes in the subsequent part of this video. Okay, so please enjoy, and feel free to subscribe if you want to support the channel and follow along, because River Road is a long road. Okay, have a great day. Okay, so I just want to show you these stanchions, and I only need 8, but I made 10, well, drilled 10. You can see how the bottom, there's a little bit of a, like the flange is cut out of there. I don't know if you can see that. The flange is cut out because there's a little bit of a waterway angle along the inside of the gunwale, if you can call it, where the footrail is, actually. And then these ones don't have to be exactly the right length, although you can sand those, like now that they're mounted on the wire, you can true those up if you hold them square. But these are going to go up in behind in the ceiling. There's another flange there, so you won't really see them. But it's important that the bottom is even, so that when you mount the stanchions, the railing runs straight. Okay, and I'll show you that when it's on the boat. These will run on the inside. You won't, oh, sorry. That's my lavalier cable, by the way. So these you won't see unless you look down the rear of the boat, which you will be able to at near the end of the build, but that'll get fleshed out later. But yeah, and then I made these extra ones for the other repeating I-beams or H-columns along the inside of the boat. Because remember, it's a steel boat, right? Everything's welded. Okay, so I just want to show you how I mount these stanchions on the inside of this upper deck walkway here. So sorry for the lighting, it's not the best here. There's no way to get lighting inside of here without causing crazy shadows, and this wall blocks light coming in from this direction, and obviously the table's here. But I got 3 lights on it. So you can see how this I-beam, I can slide it. It's on the rod. And it goes in. I can navigate around this in the camera here. Hold on. So it goes in like that. But because these vertical outside panels, well, they're not vertical, they're on an angle, so these need to be square. So you got to lay a square in there. And then when you glue the bottom first, like that, and then the top. in place, okay? And then you'll still be able to slide this rail out if you need to sand it before soldering or whatever, okay? So that's the railing stanchions mounted. I push this. This is one of the light box conduit covers, which needs, you can push it tighter like that, see? Okay, so once these are all glued in place, then I can basically, I'll have to do the upper I-beams on the floor above, and then I can do the railings, and I get this area basically built, because this is where a lot of the detail is, apart from some of the upper works and the bridge, etc. Okay. Okay, so soldering stanchions. So what I want to do is show you how I do this. This is actually fairly straightforward. So you know that this upper railing is fixed nice, okay, by hard points on the inside of the structure. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop in, I'm going to use a long piece. This is 0.32 K&S brass. And I'll show you how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to push it into the hole like that. And then I'm going to slide over this square like this, so that I want to make sure that the railing is square. Or the stanchion in this case, sorry, just like that, okay? Slide that out of the way. I got my soldering pencil ready, and I just put on a little bit of flux. I clean all this off with a big soaking isopropyl alcohol brush after they're all done, and they clean up really nice. I get a little bit of solder on the tip, and all I do is just touch it on both sides like that, and it's good to go, okay? And you get a nice clean solder, and then you can check the square there, see? And then what I do is I just take these nippers, and these are flush on one side, okay? That's what you want, so you get a nice clean cut, about a 45-degree angle. And if you can snap it like that in the solder holes, you know it's most likely not a cold solder. So I just run a long piece like that because it's easier to hold it without getting too hot in your hand, because you'll be surprised how fast heat will transfer up brass. And then I just go to the next hole and I do this all the way down. Sometimes I need to file the end, like once I nip it off, it's got a bit of solder on it. Okay. And then I get it ready for the next hole. Line up my square. So this structure is built on a wooden jig, so I can line it up like that. Take a little bit of flux. Now these brass pieces have been stroked with emery cloth, so they got tooth on them, so they grab really good with a little bit of flux, and you just touch a solder or a soldering tip with some solder on it, and it's good to go. Okay. Okay, so I just want to show you how I clean up the top of the stanchions. So once they're soldered and they're nipped off flush, what I do is I take a little flat file and I basically just file it on the same angle. It's like a 45-degree angle. Okay, like that, and it makes a nice stanchion. And when you do this, you'll know if your solder fails or not. Okay, and if it does, you can just resolder it. But I find that these look, I find that these look really good once they're filed all the way down. They have a nice, they sort of leave a bit of a knob on top. It looks very nautical, you know. But so that's they do go all the way along, and if they hold up, when you file the top down, you know it's a good solder. And like I say, if it pops, then that was a cold solder, and you can just retouch it up, okay? And then after these are cleaned up, what I'll do is I'll lay in the two horizontal pieces. In fact, why don't I just turn this around and I'll show you the other side, okay? Okay, so I just want to show you the horizontal railings here. So they don't take much really to do. What's important is you get the first one level. And how I do that is just with some balsa wood spacers. And I basically just slide that underneath. Like I just find a happy medium. So I know there's two rails here. So I just eyeball, you know, and just as long as they're straight, like in terms of, you know, their spacing and so on, and at 187 scale, they'll be fine. You can start getting more particular in larger scales, but in 187, sometimes you got to cheat the illusion a little bit. And in this case, I don't know whether these are exactly the same space or not, but it really doesn't matter. So I've got the bottom one done already, so now I want to get this one started right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run this back up to about the third or fourth stanchion, and then I'm going to slide this spacer in like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some soldering paste and just put a small bead there. Like I say, some people don't use it, but I use it because it works for me really well. And so I just put a bit of, once again, solder on the tip, and this only takes just a touch like that, and it's good. Like it's already soldered. So I touch it on the heavier stanchion, and then the smaller one will pick the heat up if it's touching the vertical stanchion, and it's good to go, okay? This is what the railings look like when they're done. And when you do this smaller railing, I put a bit of flux on there, okay? And I just touch the soldering tip. It doesn't take hardly any solder at all. The flux will suck the solder off the tip onto the brass, which heats up immediately when you touch it. So you're just touching it. And after you do a few, you get used to it. Don't be discouraged if it doesn't work at first for you. Just takes a bit of practice. Like even when I get back into it, I got to get warmed up again. And you'll find that you'll make some really nice railings, and these will take blows. Like they won't break easily, okay? Especially these ones, they're sort of inside this walkway, so they're already protected pretty good. But anyway, they make for beautiful railings. And then once I'm done with that, I'll show you how I clean up the flux, because you're going to have to clean the whole area. Well, I'll clean the whole model with IPA before I paint it, but this is a little bit premature. But I use this little brush here. Get it from an art store. It's called Art Minds, but it's just like a heavy broom brush. And I soak this in isopropyl alcohol, and I really scrub hard. You can really scrub these railings hard. And down from the top, I'll just lift this off. And you can just sweep it all back and clean and get all that flux off. And just clean, 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 because the plastic and the brass is impervious, including the joints, is impervious to IPA, isopropyl alcohol, 99%. Will clean it beautifully. If you spend the time, you'll have a nice clean model ready for paint, okay?